Here's a category claim. The MSP automation platform era is ending, and the product that replaces it isn't a better scripting tool. It's a different architecture entirely. Let me name names and make the argument. Rewst and Liongard, and a handful of similar tools, productized something real. They solved the run PowerShell across N client tenants from one control plane problem. Before them, MSPs had two bad options: log into each tenant individually and run scripts locally, or build homegrown orchestration with service accounts and a scheduler. Both scaled poorly. Rewst made it work. We are not claiming Rewst is a bad product. We are claiming it is designed around the wrong axis. The wrong axis is this: scripting first architectures. Treat the script as the primary artifact. You read the code, you run it, you get output. Execution logs exist, approval workflows exist, redaction features exist, but they are composed on top, bolted onto execution after the fact, not baked into the model. Here is what governance first means in contrast. The client tenant is a governance boundary. Every action that crosses that boundary is a reviewable event, not a workflow that was pre-approved months ago. The actual action in the moment, with full context. 3 places this matters in practice. 1. The approval layer is workflow level, not action level. Once the workflow runs, the individual actions inside it execute without per-action review. Fine for known safe bulk events. Not fine if one of the workflow branches was wrong. 2. Sensitive output ends up in execution logs. Service account tokens, one-time recovery codes, generated passwords. If the PowerShell emits them to standard output, they end up in the audit trail. Redacting them is a cleanup step, not a first-class pipeline concern. 3. The audit story is execution-centric, not change-centric. What PowerShell ran against this tenant on this day is answerable. Who authorized the privilege change on user X at 3:47 p.m? Sometimes answerable, sometimes not. Because authorization may have been an implicit outcome of workflow configuration, not a discrete event. These are not hypothetical complaints. These are the questions SOC 2 reviewers, CMMC assessors, and HIPAA auditors actually ask. Governance first changes 5 things. Per action approval. Each action is its own reviewable event. The approver sees the rendered PowerShell, the target tenant, the blast radius before approval. Shadow mode as a first-class tier. Every action can run in shadow. PowerShell prepared, inputs resolved, outputs simulated without calling Microsoft Graph. Operator reviews exactly what would have happened. Then promote to live. Output redaction in the runner pipeline. Standard output and standard error captured, run through a redaction pass, only the redacted version stored. The raw output is never persisted. AI-generated actions share the same pipeline. When an AI drafts an action, whether PowerShell, ticket response, or time entry right, it enters the same approval queue as human-initiated actions. One queue, one audit log, and emergency override is audited, not undocumented. Owner and admin can override. The override action, the reason, and the original request are all preserved. Here is why this is urgent. The next thing your MSP is going to add to its operations is not a new script. It is an AI workflow. An AI that drafts ticket responses, updates time entries, runs vendor lookups. If your automation platform's governance model was built around scripts, it does not have a slot for AI actions. You will end up running AI in a separate review queue from PowerShell. 2 governance models, 2 audit trails, 2 compliance stories. That is not workable at scale. Governance-first platforms collapse those queues. Scripts and AI both submit actions. 1 review, 1 log. We wrote up the full architectural case yesterday on the GGO blog. SOC 2, CMMC, HIPAA specifics, the 5 governance axes in detail. Side-by-side comparison with what Rewst-style platforms do today. If this argument lands for you, the deep dive is the next step. Link in the description.